Last year was Keith's very first time to come up, and man, Keith got some unbelievable footage of two big old bucks fighting. I think one of them just took him and just slammed him on the ground. This year with the rut in full swing again, he's timed it just about right. There's no telling what kind of footage they're going to get.
FreedomMunitions.com, your online ammunition destination, presents The High Road with Keith Warren.
We hunt for different reasons, but it's more than just the kill.
First off, I'm grateful to be an American, to live in a country that still has country like this.
It's about the experience, freedom, passion, and adventure. I'm Keith Warren, and like you, I live for the hunt.
This is really my favorite time of year to hunt. The reason why is because the days are starting to get shorter, number one, but all the color. I mean, when you take a look around, the color in the trees, it just makes it beautiful. It's starting to feel like winter. The winter time is right around the corner, but right now is when the animals start getting frisky, and for me, it's my favorite time to hunt. I love coming to Missouri. They call it the Show Me State for a reason. Everywhere you look in Missouri, it's absolutely beautiful. The hills, the hills are covered with so many different species of trees. And this time of year, you can see all the different colors. It's simply gorgeous. Missouri is really a sleeper state when it comes to the whitetail hunter, and I don't know why that is. I know that Iowa is well known, Kansas certainly is well known, Texas, Michigan, Wisconsin. But let me tell you something, if you're a serious whitetail hunter, Missouri has got some beautiful whitetail habitat, and Oak Creek Whitetails has some of the biggest whitetails on the planet. We decided to drive up here from my office down in New Braunfels, Texas, and the reason why, it's only a 12-hour drive, and it's a real simple drive, but we carry a lot of gear with us. If we hop on an airplane, we could have done that, but odds of them losing a piece of equipment are there, and so it's just good to drive up here. We've got all our gear, and it's not a bad drive at all. We're really kind of short on time on this trip. Somehow my schedule got messed up. We're missing a couple of days, imagine that. And so we pulled into the gate, and the very first thing we did, we headed to the rifle range. I needed to make sure the gun was still zeroed. First thing we're gonna do, and I don't care whether I'm moving 50 miles down the road or 500 miles down the road, I'm gonna check and make sure that my rifle is zeroed in before I head to the stand. It's a middle afternoon. The guys told me that when we get here, shoot the rifle right away because we're gonna head to the stand immediately. My schedule's been kind of screwy. I lost a day, so this hunt is gonna keep going fast. Nice. I think that's pretty done. I think so too. We're going to mix up some tannerite, and then we're going to put our ears on, our eyes on, go down there and set it up 100 yards and have some fun. Some things to keep in mind when you're shooting tannerite: wear your eyes, your ears, read the directions, and after that, have some fun. That will work.
The High Road with Keith Warren is presented by Reconics, Walls Pro Series, Legendary Arms Works, Sightmark, Supercharged Scent Killer by Wildlife Research Center, 99%, and Tannerite. The High Road will be right back. Tannerite Binary Reactive Rifle Targets presents viewer feedback.
This one is from Randy. He says he's from Iowa. He says, hello Keith, my question is why do more and more hunters start hunting on hunting preserves and with outfitters versus hunting in the wild? I know you do both, and hoping you can tell me why. I would appreciate you taking the time to respond. Randy, that's a good question. You know, to go hunting and be successful all the time, it really takes, it takes luck, but it takes a lot of time. It takes time to go out and scout and put food plots in and put your stands out. It takes a lot of time. There's a lot of people that want to hunt that just don't have the time. And it's for that reason they choose to hunt on hunting preserves and go with outfitters. And that's a really good question. Late October, Missouri, the deer hunter knows that the rut is right around the corner. And depending upon where you're hunting with the buck to doe ratio, if there's a lot of bucks in the country compared to the number of does, the rut's going to happen early. And that's what's going on here at Oak Creek Whitetails. But this time of year, things can turn on like that. For the whitetail hunter, I think the most exhilarating time of the year to hunt is the rut. And the reason why, it's just action. When you hit it right, it's action like non-stop action. Do you hit it right all the time? Heavens no. But when you hit it right, you'll never forget a day of rattling. So the plan is, we're going to go to them. You know, I meet a lot of guides as I travel around the country, and you know, I've hunted here before, and they've got great guides. I mean, really, really great guides. And the guide that's hunting with me now, Shane, I mean, when you watch him work the rattling antlers and you listen to him call, any serious whitetail hunter knows in about 3 seconds, this guy knows his stuff. The cool thing about deer is that deer, just like people, have different personalities. You might sit there and you think about it. There's some people that are more laid back, some people that are very aggressive. Same thing with deer. And when you hit the horns together, you may get a deer just busting in like a bull. Just all of a sudden, boom, he's there. Another time they kind of come in really, really slow and apprehensive, just checking things out. They all have different personalities, and that's one cool thing about rattling. You really never know what to expect. The deer are responding really, really well to the calling. The problem is the woods here are really thick and it's difficult to get good video. You know, the very first setup, he was beating the horns together and I mean calling, vocalizing, stomping the ground, and all of a sudden this buck shows up. And when he does, he was a monster. The problem is he would not give me a clear shot. See him. I see him now, but I'm not shooting him.
The High Road with Keith Warren is presented by Pulsar, Timber Creek Outdoors, Legends Ranch, the Lucas Oil Outdoor Line, Record Rack Deer and Elk Feed, and FreedomMunitions.com, your online ammunition destination. The High Road will be right back.
Me and my wife bought Oak Creek back in 2004. It was originally started back in 1992, and they bought in a bunch of deer from Canada, and they have just done really, really good. The deer seem to get bigger and bigger every year, and big bodies, lots of mass, just big, healthy Canadian deer in Missouri. I was always intrigued by the whitetail deer. I just fell in love with whitetail, so all my life I was just obsessed. This just came natural to me. We had a houseboat rental business in Hot Springs, Arkansas, and once we got rid of that, we weren't bound anywhere. And we found this ranch. It was just perfect. Missouri has got the perfect terrain, lots of rolling hills, lots of oaks. As you can see through footage this week, the white oak acorns are falling right now, so the deer are just fat off white oak acorns, and it's got a little bit of everything.
After this buck showed up so fast and was so aggressive, I was stoked. We headed to the top of a ridge and we tried our luck again. And this time, we didn't have as aggressive of a response, but the response was incredible. This deer was standing behind the trees looking at us, and all I could really see was his antlers. And I knew he was big, but I didn't know what he looked like. And as he rounded the corner and showed up in the field walking up that tree line, I like to fell over. That deer was the most beautiful, big frame 8-point buck I'd ever seen in my life, and I knew I wanted to take him home with me.
It works.
Unbelievable.
You believe he came in?
Unbelievable.
Working straight.
Holy smokes. That buck right there, he came in, looked down, all of a sudden he was there. And then the next thing you know, he went up, he started like he was going to make a scrape right there. It's like, I'm not going to shoot him yet. I mean, he's not going anywhere. And then all of a sudden, after about, 30 seconds, 45 seconds, it was like, he's fixing to get out of here, so I'm going to shoot him. Holy smokes. That was beautiful. What a job.
Yeah.
I mean, folks, we wound up, the weather conditions have changed. I'm wearing a light jacket. I mean, the weather conditions, if we had the barometer, what did it do? Just plummet.
Yeah, yep. Well, it spiked here in the last 45 minutes, and then they just started moving.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we have really had a change of weather, and they started moving. And anyway, we were at the lodge and decided, you know, let's go out and see what happens.
Yeah, it's not gonna hurt
I
none.
mean, everything this time of year is going to be, especially when it's really hot, is going to be keyed in off the weather. I mean, and the weather, as soon as that weather gets right, I mean, it's going to get right. And I'm telling you what, we just spoke a gigantic buck.
Beautiful one.
Holy smokes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh my God.
The High Road with Keith Warren is presented by PyramidAir.com, Liberty Safe, Supercharged Scent Killer by Wildlife Research Center, 99%, and Shadow Hunter Blinds. Now it's time for Gear Care, brought to you by the Lucas Oil Outdoor Line.
CLP actually is an acronym. It stands for Clean, Lubricate, and Protect. It's a phenomenal product. Tell them how you clean a rifle with it.
Probably my favorite use of that CLP product in aerosol is the upper receiver on my match guns and my practice guns. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the upper off right quick. And what I found, it doesn't really take much more than the time it takes you to apply it. So I got my little widget here and a shopper rag, give you an idea of what's going on.
And it cleans, lubricates, and protects.
And that protection thing is really big in Louisiana.
Yeah, and the reason why is because of humidity. You know, a lot of times we'll go out in the field, and when we're in areas with great humidity, you don't really think about it. You wind up putting your gun up, and it's got the moisture. You want to protect it. So CLP is my favorite product out of the entire product line from Lucas Oil Outdoor Line. That dirty rag is the reason why.
Good stuff.
For more information on the Lucas Oil Outdoor Line, visit our website and join us on Facebook for more gear care tips.
You like
Look
it?
at the size of this buck.
That is one big 8-point.
Holy smokes.
Look at this deer. Would you just look at that? Is that not a gigantic mainframe 8-point right there? Holy smokes. I cannot get over that. I can't get over how big he is. I mean, look at the neck on him. I mean, look at it. Look at his hooves. I mean, they're giant. This is a big, big deer. Look at this deer. Look at him. I mean, he's beautiful from every single angle. To be able to sit down, interact, call him in. I mean, I can't think of a better place to do it. I mean, thank you. Thank you very much. And I'm going to give you another hug in a little while. I'm going to give Donald Hill another hug in a little while too. I mean, just look at this deer, and I'm going to give him a hug all the way back to Texas. This is about as pretty of a deer as I think God ever made.
Congratulations. Yep.
This is a hell of a day. I want to tell you about Donald Hill. Donald and I have known each other a long time. You know, there's people out there that are soldiers, and there are people that are warriors. Okay, what is the difference between a soldier and a warrior? A soldier is somebody who's going to show up and he's going to fight, and at the end of the day, he's going to go home to his family and he's going to have a normal life. What is a warrior? A warrior is somebody that doesn't stop fighting. He fights for the right cause. He fights 24/7. I'm glad to call Donald Hill a warrior. And the reason why I call him that is because he is always standing up for private property owner rights, period. Anybody in the state of Missouri that knows anything about private property owner rights knows Donald Hill. That's why Donald and I are so close. We work together on legislative issues. We work together on private property owner rights, because it's private property owners that are taking care of the habitat, which indeed is going to take care of the wildlife, which indeed we're going to pass that on to future generations. So Donald Hill, he's not a soldier. Donald is a warrior, and he's my friend. I believe as a hunter every animal that we take should be special. I think that every hunter ought to treat every animal they take with respect, and especially the white-tailed deer. The white-tailed deer is such a majestic animal. I never lose that emotion that it chokes me up thinking about how cool is this, that we're able to go out and share this with other people. I look at it and I think, this deer that I took on this trip, wow, that's all I can say. It chokes me up. Yeah, I give hugs. I almost cry. I'm grateful. I'm grateful to God, grateful to Donald Hill, the folks at Oak Creek Whitetails. I'm grateful for being able to be an American and do what I do. I'm grateful for you. And I want to encourage everybody out there as we go about our daily lives to remember we are hunters. We're a special breed. We're different than most people. We have passion, we have commitment, and we're sincere. And I want to encourage everybody out there to take the high road and realize that, you know what, we are different and we are special. And I hope to see you next week. Thanks for watching.